Hi guys, so today I have got a client tutorial for you and it's going to be a festival makeup look. So what I'm starting to do is I'm just prepping the skin. So I'm just cleansing the skin with the Garnier Micellar Water. And then now what I'm doing is I'm going to be using the Pixie Glow Tonic just all over the face. It just softens the face up and it makes it easier for makeup to go on. And then here I'm going to be using the P. Louise base just to prep the base. Makes the eyeshadow stick a lot more. So I'm just going to be putting that on with a flat brush and just patting it in. And then I'm just going to be carving underneath the eyebrow as well. This is great because it's really full coverage and it'll be able to cover the whole underneath of the eyebrow, and then it will just cover the base. Then I'm just going to be doing exactly the same on the other eye as well. So now I'm going to be taking the Be Perfect and Stacey Marie Carnival palette, and I'm just going to be using the shade Mood from there, and I'm going to be using that as my darkest colour, and I'm going to put that on and just pat it on in the place that I would like it to be, and I'm going to put it in more of a round shape. So as you can see, first of all I pat it on and then I'll kind of like blend it in a bit, but it's better if you pat it just because it will get the colour down. So then I'm just going to do exactly the same thing on the other eye. So now I'm going to be taking the shade Reckless from the same palette that I just showed you, and we're just going to put that colour half on and half off the blue, and you just kind of put it in little circular motions. Don't take it too rough, because if you take it too rough it's going to not blend as nicely, so just go very gentle with it.
But I don't wanna miss your touch. You don't seem to give a fuck. I don't wanna keep waiting, but I do just what I have to do. And I may not be the one for you, but you ain't about to have no clue.
So I'm just going to repeat all the same steps onto the other eye, just remembering to be very gentle and very soft. We don't want to take it too much, because if you put too much on you can't take it back off. So now I'm going to be taking the P. Louise palette and I'm going to be taking the shade Velvet Kiss. And I'm just going to be using that red colour to blend out the purple, doing exactly the same what we did with the purple. It's just going to be the next colour we're using. And you're just going to repeat that step on the other eye, just blending it out. I lose my mind when it comes to you. I take time with the ones I choose, and I don't wanna smile if it ain't from you. Yes, I know we be so complicated, love. So now using the same P. Louise palette, we're just going to blend the red out with a yellow. And you just want to go very softly with this. I'm putting a very light hand on there. Don't want to put too much on. We just want to make sure that we're blending it out nicely. And then we're just repeating that on the other eye once again. So what we're going to be doing now, we're just going to be going back in with all the same shades that we used before, and the same way we did it before, just going to build back up that intensity and to get it back to where we want it to be.
a motherfucking train wreck. I don't wanna be too much, but I don't wanna miss your touch. You don't seem to give a fuck. I don't wanna keep waiting, but I do just what I have to do. And I may not be the one for you, but you ain't about to have no clue. 'Cause I know maybe so.
So now we're going to be taking the acid rain paint in blank canvas, and we're just going to be using that to cut the crease. So what you want to do, you want to put it on the flat brush, the same one we used before, and you're just going to use the very tip of it just to build and carve out the crease. This is a very slow process, so it is going to take a bit of time, especially if you haven't done it before, but it will get there in the end.
Even though you ain't mine, I promise the way we fight make me honestly feel like we just in love. Maybe when push comes to shove, damn baby I'm a train wreck too. I lose my mind when it comes to you. I take time with the ones I choose, and I don't wanna smile if it ain't from you. Yes, I know we be so complicated.
Don't mind Alice there, she was just enjoying the music.
Neither can you.
So what I'm doing now, I'm just taking that darker shade that we first used on the base that we just put to carve out the crease. This will just help all the pigments blend a lot easier when you put them on.
Motherfucking train wreck. I don't wanna be too much, but I don't wanna miss your touch. You don't seem to give a fuck. I don't wanna keep waiting, but I do just what I have to.
So now I'm going to be using the Barry M Glitter Fix gel, and then I'm going to be using the shade Pool Party Pigment from Peaches and Cream, and I'm just going to be popping that on with a flat brush. So first of all I'm putting on the glitter glue, and then I'm going to be putting the pigment on top of it. It just helps it to stick a lot more. And then here I'm just be popping on some mascara just with a disposable wand. And then here I'm just applying some gel liner just on top of the lash line, just because it helps the eyelashes blend a lot better with the natural lashes.
Maybe when push comes to shove, damn baby I'm a train wreck too. I lose my mind when it comes to you. I take time with the ones I choose, and I don't wanna smile if it ain't from you. Yes,
And then here I'm just popping on the lashes. The best thing to do when putting on lashes is when you put the glue on, just leave it to stand for a minute and then pop it on. When you put eyelashes on, don't go straight forward, go upwards and put them down on the lash line. It will make them look a lot more natural. And then here I'm just filling out her eyebrows, and I'm using the Revolution brow pomade. And then to start the skin, we're using the Ordinary primer. I did put moisturiser on before I put the primer on, and we're just going to be blending that into her skin.
I'm a motherfucking train wreck. I don't wanna be too much, but I don't wanna miss your touch. You don't seem
then here I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and I put it on before and after makeup just because it does really make it help stay a lot better. And then we're going to be taking the Zoeva foundation, and this foundation does look a bit dark for her face, but it does match her neck because she has got fake tan on.
Even though you ain't mine, I promise the way we fight make me honestly feel like we just in love. Maybe when push comes to shove, then baby I'm a train wreck too. I lose my mind when it comes to you. I take time with the ones I
So now we're going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and we're just going to be using this to brighten underneath her eyes and then all of the high points of her face.
but I want neither can you.
And then I'm going to be using the Primark foundation stick to be doing cream contour. And then we're going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and we're just going to do that to set everywhere where we put the concealer. So around her eyes, around her nose, around her lip and on her forehead.
I'm a motherfucking train wreck. I don't wanna be too much, but I don't wanna miss your touch. You don't seem to give a fuck. I don't wanna be waiting, but I do just what I have to do.
And now we're going to be using the NYX contour kit to bronze and contour her face. And now we're going to be using an MUA blush to put on her cheeks. And then here we're going to be using the Doll Light Duo, and we're going to be using the darker shade where my brush is to highlight her face. So then here we're going to go back in with all the shades that we used on the eyes, underneath the eyes, just to complete the eye look. So we're going to be using the P. Louise palette and the Carnival palette once again.
Even though you ain't mine, I promise the way we fight make me honestly feel like we just in love. Maybe when push comes to shove, then baby I'm a train wreck too. I lose my mind when it comes to you. I take time with the ones I choose, and I don't wanna smile if it ain't from you. Yeah, I know we be so complicated, loving you. Sometimes drive me crazy 'cause I can't help but I want neither can you.
And then here I'm going to be using the Holly Boon lipstick in Obsessed and her lip gloss in Ride or Die. And then here I'm just going to be applying setting spray to make sure all the makeup stays in place. And here is the finished makeup look. If you guys enjoyed watching, then please subscribe and like, and my makeup Instagram will be down below as well, just if you want to give that one a follow.